Hey everybody, Rob Schnell with Reflex Marketing here on behalf of Audix Microphones, and we're here in the wonderful Steve Weiss facility, and today we're talking about miking our field keyboards. There's been a lot of debate amongst members of corps and audio engineers as to how to really best put microphones on an instrument like this marimba here, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. The most common placement that we're seeing in the field is underneath. And underneath presents a lot of acoustic problems. We have a lot of inherent frame noise with an instrument like this. So it's, as an audio engineer, we tend to find it's better to get it up and above the instrument. What we're using today, Steve Weiss Music has put together a fantastic, it's a field instrument miking system, which actually mounts to the frame of the instrument and puts a boom arm and allows you to put the mic up top. And since I'm with Audix, we're showing our ADX51 microphone. ADX51 is a cardioid condenser microphone. It can pick up a very large area. In this case of the marimba, it'll pick up, these two mics will pick up the entire instrument with very minimal hotspot, meaning that when you move across the keyboard, you're not getting louder notes in certain areas. It's going to capture a very wide area. It has a built-in pad, so it can actually be turned down at the microphone to make sure you're not clipping your input. It also has a built-in roll-off. What a roll-off does is it takes the lowest frequencies and rolls them off of the microphone so that you're not getting the frame noise as much as you would if you didn't have a roll-off. A roll-off is a feature you'll find on a lot of audio mixers, but it's better to do it right at the source, right at the microphone. So that's the ADX51 from Audix. A lot of times a common microphone used for this application is a dynamic microphone, typically found in an instrument microphone or a handheld vocal microphone. In this case we're going to use condenser microphones. The reason being is that a condenser can pick up a much wider area of an instrument without creating those hotspots, versus a dynamic microphone, which really needs to be close to the source. And the closer you get to an instrument like this, the more likely you're going to have a really loud note and a bunch of quiet notes around it. So we try to go with a condenser microphone. So discussing miking a keyboard instrument, as I said before, a lot of corps will tend to mic the instrument from the bottom. On the high register, this isn't too much of an issue. We have a microphone mounted here. This one's mounted to the frame, and it's hovering below the resonators. We actually have a nice air of space here. We don't want to get it too much higher than this because you will get hot spots where the notes residing right in front of the microphone are going to be louder than the notes off to the sides of the microphone. This is okay on the high register. Now if you look over to the low register, on the low register you'll notice the microphone is actually buried behind the resonators. This is where I run personally into a conflict, because the microphone is up in the resonators. That creates a chamber in there where sound is bouncing all over the place, and it's really going to affect the sound in a negative way. And we'll play an example for you. Now, with minor exception, the preferred method to mic a keyboard instrument would be up top. And I say minor exception because obviously if you had, say, concert toms or a suspended cymbal up here, this method might not be the best choice. But in this case, we don't have anything above the keyboard. So we have two ADX51 condenser mics, and what I've done is these are equidistant from the center line of the instrument, and to keep them in phase alignment, and they're going to capture the wide area. So these two mics will capture the whole instrument, and you're getting every part of the instrument. You're getting the attack of the mallet, and you're also getting the resonance. while the overhead miking may not be as convenient as the underneath miking for transportation, say after the show, you will find that the sound quality is much better. So you really have to ask yourself, is it worth the extra 5 minutes to get the better sound out to the front of the house and to your audience? If you'd like to download the individual files to listen on your favorite speakers, you can feel free to click the link to the website and the files will be able to be downloaded there.